welcome back to the Iccy Show. This is interview 679 interviews. Give this special guest from Boston, 617 a second to get on here and we'll start this Iccy Show. If you want to be a guest, I'm booking till February, so inbox your girl Jackie Brown with 2 C's, I-E Brown. If it's your birthday, happy birthday. If it's your anniversary, happy anniversary. And my condolences to anyone who has lost anyone. Salute, much love, and respect to everybody. We're going to get the special guest. I apologize. We're running a little late on all the interviews we're doing today, banging them all out. We had some technical difficulties when I was in the process of moving. So we are back. We are back full of effect. Salute to everyone that has taken their time and bear with me to rescheduling. I appreciate that. Check out the interview we just did. Shout out to Legal Mob Entertainment, Miss BK, queen of all. Much love. This is her artist. I appreciate her, what she does. She's the CEO of Legal Mob Entertainment. If you don't know who she is, do your research. If you don't know who this artist is that is coming up on the Iccy Show, do your research. He's amazing. He preaches. He spits the music into what he got going on to tell everybody. He spits knowledge. I'm telling you. He's been on the Iccy Show a few times. Great artist. He has a show tonight. Make sure you go pop up at the show. Peace. Welcome to the Iccy Show. African Bornmusic from Boston, 617. Part of Legal Mob Entertainment. Interview 679. I appreciate you coming on the Iccy Show, King. Much love and respect.
Peace. What's going on?
So for the people that want to pop up at your show, where is it so they can head there? Because I know you got it at 7:30 tonight.
Yeah. Hibernian Halls, Verbalization, 25-year anniversary, VCR. He's the longest running. He has the longest running open mic in Boston, period. It started 1999. This is the 25th year anniversary. So I'll be over there. He has a line of artists. So all of us are pretty much doing like one piece because he has so many artists that featured over the years. So I'm actually going to be partly co-hosting as well, and I'm going to be performing.
Okay, salute. So make sure you go to, is there tickets still available if they want to show up?
It's free to get in.
Okay, so pull up, everybody. Make sure you pull up. Definitely show support.
It's on 184 Dudley Street, Hibernian Hall, 3rd floor, the ballroom.
Okay. Salute, definitely. So what have you been doing this past year in the industry? I see you, doing a lot of shows. I see you having your lives, your show, doing your lives. So give me an update.
So this year has been a crazy year. So pretty much ever since July, I've been touring, doing different shows across the New England area. I've been pushing. My album that I just dropped in November 9th. I was supposed to release it in May 23rd, but certain things happened. Family, my mother passed away. So what happened?
Wow, my deepest condolences.
Yeah, she passed away in February. So what happened was, because of that, a lot of that affected how I was moving and doing certain things. So I was still doing the music. I still did shows, but it wasn't as frequent, and it wasn't as, because I had to get through that. I still, and I moved, and then I did all these other things, and then so I set up certain things for me to make the album at least a little bit more successful than it would have if I just put it out in May. So I pushed it to September. The reason why I pushed it to September, because I felt like I had more time, but I still didn't have enough time because I didn't really perform and promote it yet. You know what I mean? So then I pushed it to November because I knew I would have the time, because I knew I wanted to release in 2024. And I said, well, I'm going to push it in November. It's Hip Hop History Month. It's perfect. You know what I'm saying? So then so that's why I started the tour in July 12th, and I'm finishing the tour this Saturday at in Worcester at the Electric Haze in Worcester with Piffman. They call it Flowember. If you've seen some flyers on there, it's called Flowember. I do have the tickets for that. I don't know if he has an Eventbrite, but I do have the tickets for that. and I have the flyers and stuff like that. Or you can inbox me or whatever for people that are willing to drive down. There's going to be some vending there. There's going to be some dope artists there as well. And I'm celebrating my release there. I asked Piff if I could celebrate my release there, and that's where he let me do my thing there. So I'm going to be performing songs from the album, and then I'm going to give them an old but new joint to people that haven't heard me. You know what I mean? So
give them your social media. So if they want to purchase a ticket from you, let them know all the social medias.
So Africanman Bornmusic on Facebook. So Africanman Bornmusic on Facebook. African_man_born on Instagram. On TikTok, it's Africanman Bornmusic. On YouTube, where you'll see the video, that's Africanman Born Media. And also everything is connected to the website, which is africanmanborn.com. You can also Google Africanman Born and you'll see everything. So it will link you to everything from the social media to the major platforms to everything. I have, and this album is not on the major platforms. The only platform that is really you can stream it on is YouTube, right? But you can get the album directly to the website, which is africanmanborn.com. The flyers have a QR code. That all you gotta do is put your phone there, and it'll take you right to the website. And the first album you're gonna see is God, Greatness Over Dominance. You know what I'm saying? So everything has been about that. I started a podcast. I already had a podcast called Random Thoughts, where I randomly talk about different things. I did that today. I did one talking about something. I forgot what I was talking about. I have 51 subject matters on that, and it's randomly done. And I revamped Random Thoughts. I started Random Thoughts like 3 years ago. And because when the YouTube page got taken down, because of things they didn't agree with, which was true, by the way, they wanted to push lies. I wanted to push truth. I revamped Random Thoughts and put it out on this YouTube page. And I have 51 episodes. And then I have another podcast, which I take my time doing, which is called The Culture Speaks, which I talk about strictly culture and hip hop. Because hip hop derives from culture, period. Hip hop is culture. So what I usually do is tie everything that I talk about to culture and applying hip hop to it, because hip hop is not just rapping. It's not just DJing. It's not just graffiti. It's not just breaking. All of these things combined, which these things existed before, right? We used them, and it was 3 stages of creation of hip hop: 1971, 1973, and 1974. You know what I'm saying? And that's for the pure hip hop like scholars. You would know what I'm talking about as far as the stages. June 7th, 1971, there was DJs doing what we know Kool Herc to do, which is 1973, right? That's the party that everybody attributes to, right? That was 51 years ago, but in 1971, that was what, 53 years ago, right? But then 50 years ago, it was established as hip hop. The last 2 years, like 71 and 73, they didn't call it hip hop. It was called the jams. You know what I'm saying? So 1974 is when they called it hip hop. That's when they used it as a title. It had a structure and it had lessons and everything based on the Zulu Nation's teachings. You know what I mean? So that's where when we talk about hip hop, I talk about it from that perspective of culture. The emceeing is just what I love to do. It's the art form that allows me to touch the people. People would want, they want to hear truth. Most people want to hear the truth, but what's happening is the industry that wants to keep this level of lies going. Me, I'm the breaker of lies. I break those lies and put the truth in. So a lot of times you'll see me. I'm the one putting up the money for shows. I'm the one putting up the networking with the people. I'm the one promoting. You know what I'm saying? For the shows, especially in certain areas. And then also, like, along with Miss BK, who's my manager, who people should be contacting, because a lot of people they try to skip around and be like, well, let me talk to A and B. No, you got to talk to Miss BK, man. Especially if it's something that has to do with business. You talk to Miss BK. When it comes to music business, that's who you talk to. Legal Mob Entertainment. You know what I'm saying? I'm here, and that's what it's about. You know what I mean? So they should be contacting her about any bookings. That's the email that I usually put on flyers. Illegal Mob Entertainment at Gmail. They know. You know what I'm saying? So they know. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
we're part of the same team. This is Miss Queen BK's artist right here. If you don't know who she is the CEO of Legal Mob Entertainment, and this is her artist, one of her artists. She's also Vega Dawn from Wu-Tang.
Yep.
She's the manager of him too. So if you don't know about Wu-Tang, he spits just like Wu-Tang. He kicks knowledge like Wu-Tang, but he's his own artist himself. So shout out to you. Keep on going with the hip hop. Keep the culture going. I've been following you for years. Actually, you were at a show in Lynn when I was there this summer. I
Yep.
seen you there. I think it's the Vault.
The Vault, yeah. The so that was the I did 2 shows this year at the Vault. So I did one in March 30th, and then I did one in August 10th.
Yeah,
So
that's
yeah, August 10th, I made a movie out of that called African Brothers of Hip Hop, where we was, because that was a point of where we were celebrating the second stage of hip hop creation. So like next year, I want to start celebrating all 3 creation stages. You know what I'm saying? So I got to talk to the Beyond This Brotherhood, who's the collective that I'm a part of, around that. And then once we, because we build on hip hop, like for real, like culture. We don't necessarily talk about rappers necessarily. Rap is always going to be here, but we talk about that culture. What gave life to hip hop is the culture. Where did we pull it from? How old is it? It's always existed, but we decided to utilize it at a certain point to do the things that we're doing now. You know what I'm saying?
yes, definitely. Do you think your music is the best this year since you went through such a tragic loss, or do you feel like your music is still getting up there due to the fact what happened this year to you? I mean, your music's fire, but sometimes when you give it all you are, but you know, when you have a tragic loss, I mean, I've been there, trust and
Mm-hmm.
believe. And I felt like, you know, I wanted to give up. I wanted to give up my Iccy Showw. I wanted to give up everything that had to do with the music industry when I lost my brother, because he was my ace. He was my everything. And I felt lost. Like I felt like my soul, like a piece of me was gone.
Mm-hmm.
And he was my motivation to keep on going. Don't stop no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I didn't stop. Do you feel like you're in the same scenario a
I
little bit?
think that everything that I'm making from this point on would be an improvement to what I was doing. So, like in a sense of, I went through that tragic loss of my mother. Um, and the thing was is that my mother went through the tragic loss of my brother. So, and we all went through it, you know. But when the mother loses a child, it's just a different. It's different. So I had to, you know, when I lost my brother in August of 2023, that affected my mother the most. So the hardest part wasn't losing my brother. The hardest part was watching my mother deal with losing my brother. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because she lost her child, and you've never really you're never really not your mother's baby. It doesn't matter how old you are. You know what I'm saying? So when I was going through that little cycle, I was dealing with things. Then I recorded the second volume of the Wu-Tang dedication mixtape around that time, out of releasing. So if you heard the second mixtape on my website, you would hear that a lot of that. I even mentioned my brother passing on there as well on certain songs. I don't remember all of them because it's 30 tracks on that album mixtape. But like when my mother passed, it's a little bit different because now it's like, you know your mother your whole life. I knew all of it because I'm the youngest. So everybody, like my brother and my mother, I knew them my whole life. So that right there, I had to process it. I already had the album done. Only a few songs wasn't on there, like Recession and Set the Record Straight and Ethereum wasn't on that album, but I decided to put it on there to get the best out of the whole album. But even then, I recorded them. I record them separately. You know what I'm saying? But anything that I do now, I feel like the best would be to come because of what I went through. You know what I'm saying? And it's a process. So it's like, some days you don't feel like talking about it. Some days you do. So the times I feel like talking about it, that's when I put it in rhyme form. Like I built my home studio. So like my studio is right in this room. I have my setup right here. So when I'm ready to lay those songs down, it will be on the right album at the right time and it'll come out the right place. And people will understand if they know or follow me or close to me, or they even pay attention to the music, they'll know. But I think that as everything that I do now, everything that I write now is going to catapult to being better in the future because of what happened. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And you know, it's just my turn to go through it. A lot of people go through it. People went through it before. I had friends that lost their mother and their father young age. I was fortunate to have my mother for 44 years. So for me, that was a blessing. I was the last one to see her. You know what I'm saying? So that was a blessing. So there's many things that I'm thankful for with my mother's existence and all the things. So that's where I take more of the appreciation of her being my mother. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
you know, as you get time heals wounds, you never really get over losing your parents. But
Right.
you know, it gets better as it gets more time. And I'm not saying it's better, you know, because it just happened this year. So, but you know, it gets more progressive. So you start to learn how to channel the emotions. You know what I'm saying? And once you channel the emotions, once you learn how to consistently channel your emotions, you know, it'll be good in time, and it'll be good for the people that listen to my hip hop music. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. You know.
Definitely, definitely. I look forward, to staying tuned for 2025 with you with your music. You know, me personally, I feel like, I've been through a lot of deaths, and they
Hmm.
were all my immediate. Do you think you would come up with the album or EP dedicating to people that you lost?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the crazy thing is, I was already on that path with my brother, and then I had to take the reset with my mother. You know what I'm saying? So I already know what's gonna happen. Um, it's just I let the universe deal with that because they will channel you a certain way. You know what I'm saying? And they will channel you a certain way where you're like, now you have to talk about this. You have to get it off your chest. You have to do this. You have to build on this. You have to do it because that's the, you know, that's the that's what you're supposed to do. You know, in certain things you want to do, and then there's certain things you're supposed to do. So the universe, when it speaks, you know, and you definitely have to do that because that's your opportunity to heal, but it's also an opportunity to touch those that have that haven't healed from theirs. You know,
Yes.
and like my favorite artist, he lost his mother at 28 or something like that. Nas. He lost his mother in like 2002. He did a
Yeah.
song called Dance. I felt
Mhm.
that song, but my mother was alive. You know what I'm saying? But now I understand it more being going through that now. What he went through 21, 22 years ago, I'm going through it now. So I understand the emotions and everything that he was saying in that song more than when I was 20 and my mother's alive and well, and we, you know what I'm saying? We have a family. So it's a little bit harder because you know you're the brother then the mother. So now it's like wow, you know, and so you got the but I understand it a lot more now than back then.
Yes, yes, definitely. Um, what are your three favorite songs to perform?
Oh, Purpose of Hip Hop off the King album. Um, In Your Face off the MC album, and right now is God Greatness Over Dominance on this new one. That's my favorite three right now. It switches up a lot because I know a lot of my music, you know, and so but sometimes I feel like performing a freestyle. Sometimes I feel like doing other songs. But those are my three top favorites. I think I get a good response from those three.
Okay, okay. Where were your three favorite shows you've done so far in your career?
Slade's Bar and Grill.
Woo, woo.
You know what I mean? I did that in 2011. I also did the Wu-Tang show March 2nd or something. March 1st, 2020, before the shutdown. I remember
Yep,
that.
I was there.
I always did Slade's. And plus it's right there. It's like I'm from Roxbury, you know, so wow, New Jersey for my album release party 2 years ago. Um, I did that in Newark, New Jersey. I like performing there, And there was a show that I did in Brooklyn years ago. I was like, I didn't even have an album yet. I want to say like it was in Brooklyn. It was crazy. It's nothing but wild hip hop heads there, and I had to prove myself, and I went there and I did it. And
Awesome.
so yeah, so like that was my favorite 3 shows in my career. Um, Hopefully the shows get better. Um, in that regard, as far as like just me being older, so it's a different crowd. I kind of look for a different crowd too. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I kind of look for a different crowd. Um, so that's why it's like shout out to DJ Black. That was DJ Black.
DJ Black, he's saying to tune in at 8:30 to 10 tonight.
Yeah, he plays Boston art. Um, so um, yeah, those are 3 shows that I really like the most, especially when I travel. When I travel, I like the experience of seeing other areas and what they do out there, like Jersey, New York, Florida, and other places. You know.
Where are your top 3 cities or states or countries that you get the most support from?
Mm. Well, when I was younger, Panama was a place that I got a lot of support from. I released a mixtape and then I went down there. Um,
Ooh.
and my stuff was played on the radio down there. And I got in contact with one of the biggest producers down there at the time, which his name is El Chumbo, aka Rodney Clark. And I think he's up here in America now, but he does reggaeton. And I did touch some reggaeton sounds back then, back in 2006, 2007, when it was kind of popping here. I was doing it down there.
Yes.
And he, I have 2 songs, like one is called Voy Paya, and then the other one is called Quiero Dembow. And I have a video for Quiero Dembow on YouTube, with Mr. Psych and Leo Algamar. So if you can look that up. It's not one of my favorite songs, but it is an experience that I'm glad I had. You know what I mean?
All right, cool, definitely. Do you use the same producer or do you use multiple different producers?
I use whatever producer fits the project. But Genius I use most of the time. He's the main producer. He's the one that sends me the beats, or I go to his studio and we record. He's done most of my projects from when I want to say from The Greatest Unknown, which is my 3rd official album, on. He's done all the way to I want to say the MC, no, all the way to 1979, which is my 9th official album. He's been producing most of the tracks. You know what I'm saying? Then I started. Oh no, matter of fact, not 1979. I Am Hip Hop. He produced the whole track, the whole album. Then I took over when I did The King, the KING in 2022, Vintage in 2023, and then this album, Greatness Over Dominance. I produced everything on that as well, and I produced other stuff as well. So I usually use one producer for an album, depending on how his sounds are. If like I use like on the MC2, I used multiple producers, which was Jamil Malik, Genius. I didn't produce anything, but there were Micah, friend Micah Howard. He produced something on there, and then I think it was somebody else. So there was, I do. There's times I use multiple producers depending on their sound. I usually try to use one because I try to get that feel of if you have a connection with the artist or producer, then you're going to get the best out of that work, like you're working with a band. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, like when you listen to like R&B albums, they don't go to different necessarily. If they have a band, they don't necessarily go to another band and then another band and get 13 tracks out of it. So the whole concept is cohesiveness and camaraderie on making music. You know what I mean? But I've done multiple producers a few times, but I usually try to use one producer that fits the whole project.
Okay. Salute. Keep on going. Don't let nothing stop
Oh
you.
yeah, yeah.
Where can they get your gear? I know you have your own clothing line.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm not wearing it right
We have
now, but
Farrell Bacon in the building. Peace.
um, so they can go on AfricanmanBorn.com and they can see the gear, the t-shirts, and the hats. I usually, so this Saturday when I'm in Worcester, I'm gonna have all the hats. A lot of the hats have the Pharaoh on top design. I don't have one. Hold on for a second. I have it right here.
Peace, King. Peace. I see you on here.
So, like you see this design here, you know, in
Yes.
one of the colors. So you're gonna see those at the show if you go to the show on the 30th, which is this Saturday, at the Electric Haze. I'm gonna have all of that stuff there. So you can get the gear on AfricanmanBorn.com, and you'll see the store. It'll say A and B store, and you can go there and you can pick out the hats that you see. I have to add more hats on there, but if you get it, if you do it online, you can click on it and then purchase, and then I will send it. You know, and I'll send it to you. The music, how they purchase the music is digital. So once you click on purchase, you pay for it through PayPal or something like that, and then you can um, if the music will be able to be downloaded to you. You'll be able to download the music. You know what I mean? Mixtapes, you don't have to pay for anything. When it comes to mixtape, the promotionals, those are all free. Anything that's considered a mixtape is like free material. So, like I just released a song today that I got to put on the website later called Knock Champa Remix. If you don't know, Knock Champa is a song that Common made back in 1999 off the like Water for Chocolate album. I usually make certain songs and I release them for free, like mixtape stuff. I usually release them for free, and I do that to have the connection with the fans and just to let them know what I'm still doing. You know what I mean? The albums I charge for the albums because it costs money to do everything like that. You know what I mean? So um, when it comes to the album now, this album that I just dropped, it won't be on the major platforms for a year from the release date. And the reason why is because I want everybody to hit the website. You know what I mean? So African Man Born is that website. AfricanmanBorn.com. You get everything because everything at your all the links are going to be linked onto there anyway. You know what I mean? From the videos, like I have a new video coming out this Saturday. That's going to be on AfricanmanBorn.com, but it's going to be on YouTube, and the YouTube link is on the website too. So you'll be able to connect to everything that I do. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's yeah. You can like everything is connected. Everything is connected. So it wouldn't be hard to get to anything that I'm doing.
Okay. Okay. Are you looking for features right now?
Yeah. Anybody that's I'm looking for features. I usually look for those that look for me as well. So if it's a feature that they're looking for, I would say reach out to Miss BK and and we can handle that. You know what I mean?
Make sure you link. He has a manager, Queen Miss BK from CEO of Legal Mob Entertainment is his manager. So make sure when an artist has a manager, you're supposed to go through the manager. You're not supposed to link directly to the artist. That's the reason why they have a manager to organize their shows, a feature, anything that has to do with them in this industry, you're supposed to link with them through the manager. So again, if you don't know who Miss BK is, she's been around the industry for many years and she's doing her thing. I always give her shout outs, and this is her artist right here. So make sure you link with her. That's important. Don't just link to this artist right here. He has a manager.
Exactly.
What is the best advice you've been given during your career so far?
The best advice that I've been given my career so far.
Yes.
The best advice that I've been given is make sure that your business paperwork is on point. And that came from my manager. So you know, it was that. So like, and that's where like, and the thing is like I was already doing it, but one thing that with Miss BK that other people don't do, what Miss BK does is make sure that you put yourself in position to get paid, so you don't gotta like jerk yourself. You know what I'm saying? So she's gonna make sure that you're registered. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't, that she'll let you know how to get that stuff going, or she'll send a link or a book or something. She'll get you right. You know what I'm saying? So she'll make sure that you're getting yourself right, because at the end of the day, we're all entrepreneurs. If you're an artist, you're an entrepreneur. You're putting out music, that's a business. You know what I'm saying? You're putting out clothes, that's a business. You know what I'm saying? Your name is a business. You know what I'm saying? When you start the business, when you go into all these things, you can trademark these things. You know what I mean? It's money management. All of this is a business. When you're traveling, anytime you're doing travel, it's a business. So once people understand that it's a business, right? Once we understand that it's a business, right, then you start to become more successful, because now you start to create other businesses from the business that you created in the first place that kicked everything off. So the music kicked off the clothing, which kicks off the podcasting, which kicks off the filmmaking. You know what I'm saying? All of these things that I do, and I'm going to be doing more. You know what I mean? It's a business. So once you understand that you got to put your paperwork together and be consistent, it's okay not to know, but then once you know, you got to put it into action. One thing that a lot of people don't do is take action. They're not proactive. They're reactive. They wait until they get jerked and then they want to complain. You can't do that. You got to put yourself in position to not get jerked. And you're going to come across people that do it anyway, but then it's your learning experience. And so these are things like, that's one thing about when I'm on the phone with Miss BK, she's making sure, you got this, you got that, you got this, you got that. That's important, because we are entrepreneurs at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
What time do you have to get off? I just don't want to hold you. I know you got the show coming up. Are we still good on time?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
just let me know when your time's wrapping up, so I don't go past your
Yeah,
time. I don't want
yeah,
you late.
yeah.
Is there anything that is holding you back on your career?
Well, I would say I would need to build the team a little bit bigger. And the reason why is because you're not gonna reach heights without a team of people that you can trust. You need people that you can trust in your circle that can push, like that's pushing when you need that rest, or when you need to focus on your craft. Because artists and like artists and entrepreneurs need to focus on the craft of being an entrepreneur and being an artist, right? So if you have to focus on the promotion side all the time, if you have to focus on the marketing side all the time, you have to focus on, you know what I'm saying, all of these other things. Like, you can promote so much, but you need people that's street teaming for you. You need people that are trying to push your stuff to the radio, which I think is more important than streaming. I think radio is way more important than streaming. You know what I mean? You get paid more to do to radio than you do streaming. You know what I mean? Especially in comparison to Spotify and a radio station, you're getting way more money than on a radio. You know what I'm saying? So that's where your ASCAP and your BMI and all these other things come in. But when you're streaming, you got to be on playlists, and they got to hit your stuff like, to get a penny, you got to play like Spotify. I think it's like 273. You know what I mean? So I want like 273 plays, and that takes a team to really get to these playlists and do things, get it published, connect with people that will actually publish you. You know what I'm saying? Connecting to magazines and radio and the blogs online and everything that's going on. You know what I mean? So I need, like, you know what I mean? I think that the thing that holds careers back is when you have to do everything yourself. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
my whole thing is not doing it. Everything is, you know what I mean? You need a trustworthy team. You need a team of people that are like, yo, I'm about Dr. A and B Africanman Born. I'm about pushing that brand. I'm about, you know what I'm saying? If you have somebody that's not about that, and then they on your team, they will sabotage you. You know what I mean? They and the reason why they'll sabotage you, especially if they rap. If they rap, and then you dropping all these albums, you know what I'm saying? And people respond to you, people will get jealous. It's a natural thing in society. People will get jealous. Yo, I think I'm better than him. They think this. They literally think this stuff. And it's like a lot of people create issues in their mind around something that they wanted to be a part of in the first place. You know what I mean? Like you know, if you're a DJ, right, and you carrying crates for a DJ. Back in the day, we don't carry crates now because you got Serato. But like back in the day, I know about carrying crates for DJs because I was young. I grew up in that era where that's what they had. They had crates, you know what I mean? And you had to carry a whole bunch of them. You know what I'm saying? So you carry crates for DJs, and let's say you're a DJ, and you think you're better than the DJ that's getting the money, right? But that DJ's paying you to carry the crates, right? You're paying dues, right? But you don't see it that way because you think you're better than the DJ. So we create these things. Oh, he's hating. He don't want to give you the opportunity to spend. No, you ain't your opportunity yet. Carry these crates and shut up and wait. You know what I'm saying? So and be about the brand, because if he blows up, have the opportunity to now to be funneled into your journey. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So having a trustworthy team of people that are not jealous of something that you're doing naturally, like you're doing it, you found a way to do it, and then you built a team. Finding that is difficult because people are on their own mental space with that. They want to get money now, though they see you on the path to being the star. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you can still do this and not be the star. Sometimes
Yeah.
Sometimes you can still do the music, still get money, and not be the star. And that should be okay with people. But you know, sometimes these guys are young, or sometimes they're going through things, they're desperate. You know what I mean? I'm at an age now where it's like it doesn't matter, right? Because I've done so much. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still a new artist to people. A lot of people don't know who I am, and it's not because people are hating on me. It's because you know what I mean. They haven't come across my music or came across my brand yet, but I keep working just in case the right people come. I'm looking for the right people. I'm not looking for just anybody. I'm looking for the right people. You know what I'm saying? It's funny because this interview got me the management that I have. Like the interview that I think it was 3 years ago or 2 years ago. So
Yeah.
then so for me, it was it was it's finding the right people that support you. Like me, I say a lot of things that people are afraid of. You know what I mean? So that's also a factor. You know what I'm saying? I have a lawyer that I knew a long time. I have Miss BK as a management, and then I have a circle of people that are like, yo, they're not afraid of the messages that I drop because I come pretty hard with it. And the reason why I come hard with it because nobody else is doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like nobody really. There's people dropping knowledge, but then they water it down because they don't want to be attacked. I'm willing to be attacked because somebody got to do it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
That.
that's where so yeah, the biggest thing I think is finding the right circle of people to actually push you without hope of reward for being in your team. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like
That.
so if they operate like that, we're all gonna eat, and then next thing you know, whoever's next in line to do what they got to do and branch off, they're gonna do it, but they don't see that big picture. They see, I want it now. You know what I mean? So the person that's like, you want the people that say, I don't, nah, let's do this. Let's all get it. You know what I mean? Let's do it as a family. That family mindset, that trusted family mindset. That's what is needed for all teams, not just me, but everybody. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes. Definitely. I salute to you. It's crazy because I've heard of you at different shows. I've been in the industry since 2007. Excuse me, 2008. And you know, I used to hear your name pop up, and then Don Hazel, rest her soul. He brought you up several times, and I remember when I was co-hosting with Supreme in Boston at the
Mm-hmm.
show for Solomon Childs,
Mm-hmm.
and you performed, and Don Hazel was like, "That's the one, GGirl. That's the guy." And I remember, I'm like, "Yeah, I know her. I'm peeping it. I'm peeping it." And I loved how you rap and you would spit knowledge to the crowd, and you know everybody's like zoning into you. And
Yeah.
then when during Corona, I was watching you more closely because I was seeing you going to different parts and you were talking about really what's reality, what's going on with our world and what we're going through.
Mm-hmm.
And you were pulling up to like locations, and I was like, wow, he's right. Wow, this isn't, you know, I was paying attention, and I'm like, it's crazy because um I feel like you should have been further along than where you're at.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me personally, as what I followed through these, I would say 4 or 5 years more frequently.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I referred you to Miss BK. I told her, I was like, you got, I'm telling you, he's kicking acknowledgement and he's a beast at what he does. And then when she watched it, she started zoning in and she's like, wow, he is. And I kept telling her, I'm like, he's a gift, you know. And I feel like those people that are in this industry, if you know, there's people that do it as a job, there's people that do it as a hobby, and people that do it as just when they're bored, or they're not taking it as so serious like as you or myself or what we do. And
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that what you do in your craft. I feel like, you know, you should have been on a Europe tour. I feel like you should have been out of the country doing the tour. But I understand because you fund your own self. So that's, you know, I do the same thing. So I understand where you're coming from.
Yes.
And, you know, would you go out of the country to do a tour if somebody gave you opportunity?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's just like I would, because that's when you know that you're living off of the things that you set yourself out to do. So if a European tour came out, or a tour in Africa, you know what I'm saying, I would really love to do a tour in Africa. And the reason why is because I feel like Africa gets ignored a lot. And there is a whole hip hop community in Africa, especially in Ghana and in Nigeria, Ghana, and Kenya. There's a huge
Yes.
African community of hip hop heads that love African American rappers. You know what I'm saying? So, and I got reached out to in 2019 by a brother named JP Courage, and he's from Nigeria. He lives in Nigeria. He sent me a track. I did a song called My Culture. He got sick from COVID at the time I
Wow.
did. I ended up releasing the song without him on it. But we actually talked about this year of trying to do like an album together, even though he's over there and I'm over here. I could record, send him the track, and he do his part, whatever. So we're working on that as well. But like, he reached out to me in 2019, and we was talking, and I, you know, this is before I signed the management deal. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I was reaching. Sometimes, like, when you put in so much work, people reach out to you when you don't catch everything. That's why it's important to have management and lawyers and all this other stuff that you need. You know, and yeah, I mean, I could be bigger in certain areas. You know what I'm saying? Even here, I look at it like the opportunity will present itself when it's supposed to. You know what I'm saying? But you just got to keep working, keep doing what I do, and that will present itself the right way, and the right results will come, and the right blessings will come from that. You know what I'm saying? I've been the frustrated artist before. I know what that's like. Um, I don't. I'm not the frustrated artist anymore, because what happens with people, you lose sight of focus, and you lose yourself when you're upset at everything. That's why I did a video the other day where I said that we need to that underground artists or independent artists or need to change their mindset, because we talk about support all the time, but we share our stuff to other artists who's competing with you. You see what I'm saying? You don't have to share your art and stuff with, like, in a sense of, artists that like you are going to like you, but you want to push the people that are your fans, that people that are your supporters. And it's not always necessarily an artist. I can care less if an artist likes me, you know what I'm saying? But I do respect artists, you know what I'm saying? Because I know what just like they should know what I'm going through. You know what I'm saying? But I always say, listen, man, keep working, and the right people are gonna come to you. You want business people that say, yo, I want to invest in that. You want, like, stores to be like, I'm gonna invest in that. You want communities to say, I'm gonna invest in that. Not necessarily artists. You know what I'm saying? Because artists have their work cut out for them. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So a lot of times we push and be like, yo, we don't support each other, and that's not necessarily the case. They're working too, and
Right.
guess what? You're their competition, so
Mm-hmm.
why would they jump hoops and hurdles to push you when they gotta push themselves? There's a lot of people doing the solo thing. Some people have more connections than others. You know what I mean? Some people don't
Yeah.
even have benefits, so they gotta, you know what I mean? We have to respect that part of it, where it's like, yo, they don't have the time to push you. You know what I'm saying? Because they're an artist. They ain't gonna just share your stuff when they got music. They in the studio just like I am. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? They got shows to do just like I do. They got videos to film just like I do. You know what I'm saying? They got to push themselves, and it's yourself is priority first. I mean, you kind of got to be selfish in that regard. Push yourself first, then bring others. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You can't do nothing for nobody if you're under them or under anybody. You know what I mean? You got, you know what I mean? So that's where it's for me. I look at it in a different manner of, when it's time, it's going to just happen, and then I'll be in the right position. And then once I get into that position, I'll be in the right place to do the things I was supposed to do for others. You know what I mean?
Yes, definitely. Do you ever see yourself being a mentor or managing artists underneath you when you do decide to retire from the industry on being an artist?
I see myself being a mentor and teaching people the business, so they can protect themselves. You know what I mean? especially if they're not willing to do certain things that don't suit their spirituality in the music business. You know, especially with everything that's going on, where we talk about different celebrities and stuff like that that are being caught up for stuff that, you know, there's some people that just don't want to go through any of that, but you can still make money and do your things in the music business. I want to teach people that. Teach people that know your rights, mechanical rights, all this other. I want to teach people that stuff because, you know, there's going to be a point where I don't do it, but I got all this other music. You know what I'm saying? But I want to teach people to be like, yo, you can still do this without the industry. Really, the industry is actually, if you think about it, the mainstream music industry is not even about music anymore. It's actually about, it's really about digital, um, digital like business, whatever, streaming and not even just streaming, but really, it's not even about the talent of music. It's about the numbers of digital marketing. So that's what the music industry has become. The record labels are partnering with the streaming, and that's kind of bad for independent artists. So learn the business, learn the websites, learn how to do these things on your own, so you don't get subjugated to being stagnant by what the record, because the music industry is dying,
Yeah.
and you want to pursue your music the way you do, pursue it on a level. You know what I'm saying? Pursue it on a level where it suits your fanhood. I don't have like the people that are fans of me. Honestly, a lot of people that are fans of me want to hear what I have to say. You know what I'm saying? It's not something where somebody marketed me and then like, yo, like, like, like you see how there's a case going on between Drake and Kendrick now with where his camp is saying that um, um, they conspired against Drake to push "Not Like Us." You know what I'm saying? There
Yes.
was a campaign to push me. My campaigns is done by myself, and I determine where that goes, right? And it's all about networking. Like even like with 2025, right? My plan is to push this album all through 2025. You know what I'm saying? And then work on projects that need to be worked on. You know what I'm saying? But that's my whole plan is getting 2025 where the God Greatest Over Dominance album is flooded to everybody that can get it flooded to before I actually put it on the streaming service, right? Let the streaming service be the last thing that I use because I want to push it to a point where like even where it makes it easy for Miss BK too, because she pushes my stuff. Every time I post something, she posts something, right? And I see you post it, right? So what happens is to make it easier for y'all to get in touch with what I'm doing, I post it, then y'all take it and do whatever. I want to get it past more than social media and get it to like, all right, let's get campaigns from the Shade Room. Let's get campaigns from Complex Magazine. And then how do we do that? It's going to cost money. So then how you generate money. These are things that I want to pretty much teach to do because the music industry is going to put you in a position where you're going to have to be independent and know or follow what they do. And if you follow what they do, you ain't, I mean, look how many artists got dropped in the last 6 months from major labels. You know,
Yes.
so, do you want to be dropped or you want to make yourself a star? Make yourself the star. You are the star already. Matter of fact, that's what people got to understand. You are the star already. Now, how bright that you shine depends on how you switch that knob.
Yes.
That's so me. I don't look at myself as less than the star. I come from the stars. All of us have to. All of us come from that higher source that's connected to the stars. So how do we turn that light up? You keep working to build that brightness, and then when people see it, your your light's gonna shine so bright that people are like, "Yo, I rock with that. I rock with him. I rock with her." You know, and shout out to Exit Fame. He's doing his thing. You know
Whoop,
what I'm saying?
whoop.
Like
Yeah.
the Exit Fame, he is and he has a story. He, you know, he tells you all the time. He went through drug abuse and alcohol abuse, and look at him now. He just did a
Yeah.
with Jadakiss. You know what I'm saying? So these are the things, and it's and when you're doing the things and you're struggling, right? I tell people, don't hate on anybody's success. That is you hate on people's success, or you challenge these people, or you look at them as your adverse. That's going to be a problem for you because the energy don't fit that. Celebrate the
Right.
success. That's right. exit fame success. I know his family. They live right next to me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I celebrate those successes from terminology. Rex is my favorite artist from out here. You know what I'm saying? And I know Rex personally. You know what I'm saying? So it like, and these are like artists, like when you talk about the young and the old, I celebrate all of them because it doesn't do me any benefit to be like, yo, I don't like that, unless they did something to me. And nobody's done nothing to me because I don't be in those circles. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I do what I got to do. But like, I celebrate success from people all over. I don't care if you're in Boston, because hip hop is not just like, I understand that we have to big our city up, and that's, you know, I do it, but I big up the culture, and the culture is worldwide and universal. So
Yes.
thing that's great from California or from Africa or from China, I big it up. You know what I'm saying? Because it's hip hop, and that's what I am at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Definitely. I would like to see you get a feature with someone in UK. I really feel that would be a banger. That's me personally. I feel that.
Yeah. I mean, you know, if they like what they hear and they feel like they want me on track, they got to, you know, they could discuss that business with this BK and let's make it happen. You know what I mean?
Yes, yes, definitely. Give all your social medias. Give all your shout outs. This is your time. If you would like to spit something, rap something, I always give you an opportunity before we end your interview. This is your time to do so.
So I always tell people social media, Facebook, Africanman Bornmusic, which is where I'm pulling from now. Um, Instagram, African_man_born. TikTok, Africanman Bornmusic. Um, YouTube, Africanman Born Media. Um, and you can Google Africanman Born and get everything. You know what I'm saying? So you can see my website, which is africanmanborn.com. You know what I'm saying? And then you can go like anyway, africanmanborn.com will take you to everything I'm doing, and the music is available. And like I said, the mixtapes are free. I don't want people to be intimidated when you see the setup and you see all this music and you think you got to pay for everything. There's going to be a section that has album, and then there's a section that has um there's a section that has mixtapes. You know what I mean? And the mixtapes are free. All the mixtapes are free. So you know you can jump on that, download them, put them on your computer. Um, the way you would put it on the album, it would come into a zip file, put it on your hard drive, and then you can get on there. The reason why I know that because I worked with computers before. So you know what I'm saying? Also, I mean, shout out to everybody. Shout out to hip hop first. You know what I mean? Because without hip hop, we weren't talking about any of this, right? So hip hop, main thing. Hip hop beyond this is the brotherhood and the family that I'm a part of. You know what I'm saying? And then shout out to you, the Iccy Showw. Shout out to Miss BK, Legal Mob Entertainment. Shout out
Legal
to
Mob Entertainment. Woo woo.
everybody
Definitely.
here. Shout out to even shout out to the mainstream and shout out to the underground. You know what I mean? From here all the way to London and everyone. So if they see this interview and they want to connect, I'm more than willing to connect as long as the business is right and as long as the communication is there. We good. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
But your area codes and countries you're tuning in, and yes, he does have a lawyer. It is an entertainment
Yeah,
lawyer. So
I do. Yeah, I have a
he has
lawyer.
a manager. He has a whole team. So someone was asking that
I
question. So I just want to.
lawyers, but I also work with. So, so the thing is, I have a lawyer that specializes in a certain thing, and then I'm willing to work with other lawyers as well. So that's so that's so you can work with multiple lawyers. You know what I'm saying? Especially
100%.
more you just want to build it. So what I have with my lawyer and Ms. BK, I introduced them to each other. You know what I'm saying? So my lawyer was doing some of the management before Ms. BK became the manager. My lawyer was doing a lot of the management. You know what I'm saying? And she doing so. I work with people that know it. So if a lawyer comes across and they know the business a little bit more efficiently, then I team them up with my team. You see what I'm saying? Because that lawyer has expertise. And because there's many, for y'all to know that lawyers know different things. Some are criminal lawyers, some are tax lawyers, some are you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are pretty much like, so once you know which lawyers you're dealing with, You know what I'm saying? When it comes to music, of course, that's a specific law and contracts that they understand. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I work with anybody that fits the team dynamic of what we're doing. But Miss BK is the manager and Marcel Joseph is the lawyer. You know what I'm saying? And then after Dr. Africanman Born, after A&B Africanman Born is the brand with Pharaoh on top. That's the stuff I created that image-wise pushes me. You know what I'm saying? You know, from the filming to the videos and everything. So
Are you still posted up at the train with the train station in Boston, selling your merch?
no, I stopped that 2 years ago. So I stopped that 2 years ago. So I'm going back to that, but not there. That's gonna be like I'm gonna do different events, vending events, and I'm gonna promote them every time I book an event. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna book like so. Therefore, I used to be there for 15 years. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And
yeah. I remember coming off to the train and seeing your table, but I was going.
yeah, you're doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that see me there. A lot of people ask me that still. They're like, "Yo, you still at Mass Ave?" I was like, "Nah, I stopped doing that 2 years ago because I wanted to take a different progression and move a certain way." You know what I'm saying? So I was pushing incense oils, T-shirts, sweaters. I was pushing jerseys. I was doing the CDs. I have my CDs. So I'm going back to that, but I'm doing it a little bit differently. Where I'm going to be at different events, pushing the brand a little bit differently because I have so much going on. You know what
Okay, okay. Salute. I'm proud of you, definitely.
I mean? Mm-hmm.
Would you like to spit something or say something from one of your songs?
I'll say um, I guess this is a freestyle written within the verse. My mind thinks of freestyle. This was never rehearsed. My words unlock a curse with a verse that hurts you. Devils are worse. Young boys, remember who's first. The pioneers of this culture here, sensitive. Hold your ears. Underground to the point where people never cared. It doesn't matter. Verses update your brain matter. You seem scattered, listening to weak ass rappers. 2024 is mine. I killed the beast master. No more zoo win. I balance my zen like Tachi, like the light skinned dude on the nobodies. The professor, I'm professional, super intellectual. Staying on my grind like I'm blending up these vegetables. A grown man. Every day I live is a chance. The cops is out. My skin color's targeted, fam. I might make it home, but I'm not afraid. You never know, though. Dealing with Popo. I'm on a level that you don't know. My flow's dope. I'm hotter than the solar ray explosions. I'm landmarked in my city, Nubian notion in Nubian square. They hate Nubians here. I walk with no fear. My flow is so prepared to win any battle in war. You pull up raffles. I don't battle MCs. I battle the police. I battle versus the government. My mission never cease. There will never be peace until the devil is deceased. Listen to me. The industry beats. I rip them all. You a troll. You ain't touching my speech. I'm from the streets. This is hip hop, boy. You better keep your mouth closed. Thug niggas walk with the chrome. If they see you on the streets, you'll be dead for what you told you a clone. Takashi 6ix9ine copy you slow. All you millennial rappers doing the most. Think you killing it at 20? I killed it in my 20s. I killed it in my 30s, but these cowards never heard me. That's old news, fool. You ain't thinking you're a dummy. I reached another plateau. I'm God in my 40s. 1979, my mama birthed the divine. I was born in the culture. You young people are blind. I was rhyming watching you grow up, and now you live on Facebook and Instagram, fronting like you be the man. No bars, you sound soft. My sound explains God's principle. You don't know, then how are you invincible? This is a lesson learned for these corny individuals. My 20-year-old stuff is hotter than the new material disease. Rappers, you looking like a venereal disease. Make you MCs freeze. I'm on my G. OD. With these verses I speak, I'm on the peak. No Dante. The pyramid. Fire in a lyricist. 40 years old, you can listen to experience. My idols push a 50 and that MC still killing shit. Bosses nods. I'm heavy with the bars. I'm an alien with hip hop. Been traveling the stars. State of mind spirit is looking a little curious. Making up my own words. Yes, I'm so serious. International, not galactical, past American. Changing like the diet to diving through vegetarians. Green edibles. From blood, flesh to vegetables. I'm not too
Fire!
intellectual.
Salute from the Iccy Showw. Always killing it. We have great talent in Boston. I'm telling you, he mentioned Exit Fame. He is a beast himself. You just heard it. He just freestyled it, killed it. As always, there hasn't been one time he hasn't killed it. So salute to you. And shout out to League of Mob Entertainment, Queen Miss BK, having this great artist on the team. Salute. And God bless and good luck tonight at your show. And again, let them know where they can find you tonight at your show.
184 Dudley Street, Hibernian Hall, third floor, the ballroom.
Get it? It's a
And
free
that's
show. And then Saturday he'll be in Worcester. If you need tickets, get with him. He's selling the tickets.
yep,
So don't forget. Pull up, pull up.
yep. And don't forget about the video Greatness Over Dominance, God Greatness Over Dominance, will go live on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and AfricanmanBorn.com this Saturday at 12 a.m. It will be on everybody's page.
All right. I'll definitely share it out. I appreciate you, King, coming back on here on the Iccy Show. And anytime you need to come on here, just let your manager know, and I got you. And I appreciate you for the reschedule. I was actually moving, and that's why I didn't have the internet up. That's why I was freezing, because I'm in the low.
It's all good.
I appreciate you. God bless. Kill the show tonight. And if I can pull up on Saturday, I definitely. What time's the show on Saturday?
The show on Saturday starts at 8.
Okay. And Worcester, right?
Worcester, 26 Millbury Street in Worcester. So once you come off the highway, it's literally, once you get all around the bridge, it's that first street that it's going to take you. It's like this crazy rotary, and then it takes you to the street, and that's the street that you go on.
Okay, all right. Happy Thanksgiving to you, King. And anyone that's tuning in that needs a plate for Thanksgiving, inbox me. Last year I gave 20 plates out, and a couple stayed anonymous. And I'm going to do the same thing this year. I don't want no one not to have a plate of food for this holiday. So please inbox me. And I appreciate you, African Bornmusic, as always, coming on the Iccy Show. This is interview 679 interviews I've done. God bless, and I hope 2025 is a better year for you, King. And keep on going. Don't let nobody stop you. Let's go. Legal Mob Entertainment in the building. I'm the promoter. This is the artist. Shout out to Legal Mob Entertainment, Queen Miss BK. I appreciate you, King. Much love and respect and peace. Put your air codes where you tuned in.
Peace.
Peace.